Good day, good afternoon, good evening everyone, this is ViperAS for ViperLand, and today I'm going to be showing how to solo Jin'rokh the Breaker. This is in Throne of Thunder, it's the first boss, trashed before, it's pretty easy. This guy doesn't have a lot to look out for, and he used to be much more of a problem before the 6.2 patch, which got easy item upgrades for pretty much everyone. You'll see I kind of start out with the usual Army of the Dead, all the DPS stuff. This is being done in full Frost gear, but in blood tanking spec, to keep things a little tankier. So he'll shoot these little lightning bolts that will follow you around, and then they'll also grab you and pick you up and throw you, but then immediately teleport you back to him. So it's really more of an inconvenience than anything. So the lightning balls will leave a little thing on the ground when they hit you. You'll get a little raid warning like that, it'll follow you, and then when it hits you, it places the thing on the ground. Don't stand in it for too long because the damage definitely adds up, especially if you're in the water that you see there now. But it's not going to be like the be-all end-all, just try not to stand in it for too long. The water does give you a buff to damage and to healing, but it makes you take considerably more nature damage, and most of his abilities are nature damage, so it's kind of a risk-reward type thing. If you want to burn him faster, stand in the water. If you're good going about it as normal, don't worry too much about the water. He will also do a thing where he will electrify the water, thus turning it into a permanent bad thing, and you don't want to stand in the electrified water at all. It's just going to sap your health. Not going to be like a instant death or anything. There you go. See, he's going to electrify the water, which gives you a nice amount of time to whoop on his behind while he's doing that. Honestly, even mediocre use of anti-magic shell and your basic death strike healing abilities, this guy is not very difficult. Just don't stand in the lightning, don't stand in the lightning water, and you're going to be okay. If the fight goes on too long, he will pretty much turn the entire battlefield except for the very, very center into electrified water, and that can be very hazardous. It doesn't give you a lot of room to like wander around. However, it also doesn't really... it's not going to happen. With the gear level available now, it's not really going to come to that. I'm pretty sure this guy might be doable in Frost Spec, just because he really doesn't hit too hard if you were able to like move around everything. But I like to be safe and go the slightly slower route. And as you can see, he popped the other water bottle. I could stand in there and get a little bit more damage, a little bit more healing. It's worth noting that you could hop into it just to do your death strikes to get the extra healing from it, but it's not something I really did in this particular recording. So he's already getting low, he's at below 30%, and it's just continuing the rotation. You'd add your, man, I can't remember the name of the skill that's on my 5 button. The execute disease, essentially. And you'll notice I got a little too into the water, took a little bit too much nature damage, then went to the other water, like an idiot, and came pretty close to dying here, which isn't something I usually do in these videos, but it was just me not paying attention to surroundings. Either way, he doesn't take too much to go down. Other than moving out of the water and staying out of the lightning ball bits, it's kind of a tank and spank. You're going to kill him, he's not gonna do too much that can really threaten you as long as you don't stand in the puddles. There's a third puddle, but he's about to go down anyway, so I kind of stand in it for the extra oomph of damage. And there we go. Jin'rokh the Breaker, soloed, not very difficult, I would highly recommend it. Tune in next time for the Triceratops boss, whose name escapes me. But tune in next time to find out how to solo him.